The Central Institute of Indian Languages, which we also call Bharatiya Bhasha Sansthan, was set up through an SFC document in 1969. On the 15th of April, a document was written. And this whole institute was envisioned as a place for the harmonious growth and development of all Indian languages in relation to one another.
The National Testing Service India is one of the major schemes of the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. The Center for Testing and Evaluation under the Central Institute of Indian Languages, Mysore, is carrying out this scheme. The objective of the NTS is to create a centralized mechanism on quality control in education. It involves the process of evolving regional and national norms, which involves creation of common reference points in terms of materials and methods.
The National Testing Service India has been created with the specific objective of creating a centralized mechanism on quality control in education. Is possible only when we are in a position to evolve regional and national norms, and once these norms are evolved, they will facilitate the inter and intra-level comparison across the institutions, across the courses of study, and across the individuals comprising the teachers as well as students.
Okay, teaching, learning and evaluation are the three pillars of education.
Teaching is meant to bring desired changes in the learners, and there is a need for ascertaining that the desired changes are really brought out in the learners. Now, in the context of teaching and learning, evaluation is a systematic process of collecting, analyzing and interpreting the information in order to determine the extent to which the intended learning outcomes have been achieved.
Evaluation plays an important role in every man's life and everywhere. Measuring, testing and assessing actually starts from home. For example, we test dal is cooked or not by squeezing some grains with our fingers. Maize is piled only after testing for its dryness using a moisture meter.
Okay, my dear son. Okay. Paru?
Yes.
Just now I received a phone call from our son Neelkanta.
Okay.
He is coming home for a short visit. He will go back in 2 days.
Why?
To prepare for some examination, he says.
But just now he finished second PUC exam and he is expecting a good rank. Then why he want to take another exam?
I too don't know. Better if I go to Neelkanta's master and find out.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Lingappa. Please have your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Lingappa, what's the matter?
Sir, Neelkanta has finished his PUC exams just now. But he says he has to take another exam. I don't understand why.
Lingappa, please listen. The examination he completed is just second PUC. It is called as achievement test. You want him to become an engineer? Is it not?
Yes, of course.
Then he has to take common entrance test to get admission in the engineering college. It is called as aptitude test. Convey my best regards to Neelkanta.
Like Lingappa, we also want to know what these terms are. Let us listen to the experts.
Measurement, assessment and evaluation all are interrelated. Without the one, the other cannot take place. In evaluation, every aspect of the object being taken up for evaluation is being taken care of. Whereas in assessment, only one segment or one domain or one section that constitute a broader object is taken care of. In the educational context, usually people use the term assessment because either the student's achievement with reference to a particular subject, it is partial, it doesn't refer to the overall growth of the learner. So otherwise they will take one aspect of that to how he is regular. So when they are taking up one segment or one domain or one section of the overall performance, it is usually referred to as assessment. That's why in education generally the term assessment is used, but evaluation is comprehensive term. Everything that is or that are associated with object, I mean either student or teacher. If you want to assess student, all the things that are associated with the student will have to be taken care of. Only then it will become evaluation. Practically, the procedure being adopted both for assessment and evaluation remains same, because in both the cases measurement plays a key role.
Like say measurement is a process of assigning a numeral or a symbol or a letter to an object or an event or a person.
Okay, in the educational point of view, the concept of evaluation is defined as a systematic process of determining the extent to which the predetermined objectives are achieved. Value judgment is always made on the basis of evidences. Evidences are to be collected, consolidated and measured. If you look at the bus has so many parts, and each of the part will have an independent function as well as interrelated function. For example, wheel. If you look at the wheel as an independent entity, as a system in itself, its function is independent. Its function is only to roll. Then its role is not only roll but also to pull the entire system, to make the entire system function. So that way any part, let it be a human part or a machinery part, any part will have a dual role. One will be an independent function, another will be an interdependent function. If the evaluation is directed towards a wheel as an independent organ or independent object, then it will have an independent function. When the same evaluation is applied to the bus, wherein wheel is only a part, the evaluation will have only interdependent function. So this is how evaluation functions.
There are three broad components that constitute the concept of evaluation. First is the content, second is method, and third is purpose. All the three components put together constitute the concept of evaluation as a whole.
Content is the answer to the question what. The contents are usually derived from the object that is being taken up for evaluation. If you take a textbook evaluation, textbook becomes the object. So the contents will have to be derived from the concept of textbook. If you take teacher evaluation, the teacher becomes the object. So the contents are to be derived from the concept of teacher. Method refers to the strategy or the procedure involved in the process of evaluating something. There are two important things. One is, as I told, that tools and scales, because tools are meant for collecting information, scales are meant for quantifying the information collected. The other important factor is the techniques, how that information is being collected, what kind of technique. Maybe observation is a technique. In the context of education, the tools refer to the tests. Sometimes the questions themselves are called tools, because these tools are meant for collecting the information from the students as what they know or what they have learned. So that way the questions and questionnaires all will become the tools. But the same questionnaires carry the marks based on certain criteria. They will act as scales. At the classroom level, the purpose is imparting the particular instruction to the students. They call it as instructional objectives. At that point of time, the purpose is only transferring the information from the teacher to the students. When it comes to the course, the end of the course or termination of the course, the purpose of education refers to human being, the overall development of the learner or student. So at that time, it is not referring to the information passed on by the teacher. It refers to the actual growth in terms of mental, physical or emotional growth achieved by the person. So at that level, the purpose refers to the person. If you look at the policy document, the purpose of the policy document always refers to the societal needs.
Designing of an evaluation system includes deciding on the purpose of the evaluation, then deciding on the outcomes to be assessed, then deciding on the type of tests or techniques or instruments to be used.
Generally, evaluation has three roles to play. The feedback.
Feedback refers to the information obtained through the process of evaluation about the activity or the object. Monitoring involves checking whether the program or course is progressing in the desired direction. To control is to ensure that the activity or the personnel involved are not moving away from the paths designed for achieving the predetermined objectives.
The focus of evaluation is on improving learning and teaching. So evaluation can be employed to monitor the learners' progress in learning and provide feedback about their strengths and weaknesses.
Evaluation helps to know the progress and the achievements of the student, and will tell how teaching strategies is working.
So the evaluation in practice is understood as summative evaluation on the one hand and on the other formative evaluation. The formative evaluation is the one which is taking place in the process of a course or process of a program or in the process of a job, whereas summative evaluation is taking place at the end of the course or end of the process is over or end of the job. Each one is referred to by a set of different terms. The formative evaluation is called concurrent evaluation, partial evaluation, process evaluation, inbuilt evaluation, in so many terms. Similarly, the summative evaluation is called end evaluation, terminal evaluation, comprehensive evaluation, and so on.
The purpose of formative evaluation is improvement or modification of the process. And the purpose of summative evaluation is to make a declaration about the process or product.
The formative assessment given is like project work, group activity, group work, assignments. It may be a written test also, or it may be an open book test where you give the questions and ask the children to go through the whole chapter and write the answers by themselves.
Hello.
This is Lingappa speaking, sir.
Oh, good morning, Lingappa.
Sir, Nilkanta has got engineering college seat, sir.
Very good, Lingappa. Please convey my best regards to him.
Definitely I will do that, sir. Sir, it is all because of your good guidance, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you once again, sir. Thank you very much.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, my dear son, how are you?
I'm fine, Dad. What about you, Dad?
I'm fine.
How is Mother doing?
Mother is doing very fine.
Please convey my concern to her.
Yeah, definitely I will do it.
Dad, I have done my exams well.
Is it? Very good.
But still have to stay here to apply for civil service exams and get prepared myself for the exams.
Arey, today you have finished your final exams. And again you are telling still some more exams are there. I don't understand.
Don't worry, Dad. It will be good for me and you all.
Okay, then it is all right.
Okay, Dad. Take care, Dad.
Okay, take care, my dear son. Take care. Paru.
Yes.
Nilkanta says he has to prepare for some other examination and he is not coming now. I will find out from his master why he is doing like this.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, Lingappa, for a long time. Please have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Lingappa, what's the matter?
I am very happy to inform you, Nilkanta has completed his engineering exams with good grades.
Very good. What is the problem?
But again he says he wants to prepare for some other examination. I am totally confused, sir.
Don't worry, Lingappa. The exam, he has to take his proficiency test. He told me over phone that he is writing UPSC civil service exam. It is for employment. If he succeeds, he will become an IAS officer.
But first you said achievement, then aptitude. Now you are telling proficiency. Can you make me understand these terms clearly, sir?
We will listen to the evaluation expert. He will make us understand on these terms. Come, let's listen.
All the tests that are conducted across the globe have been collected, consolidated, and analyzed by the NTS with reference to their purposes. It was concluded that all these tests can be classified into the three broad categories, one each on aptitude test for admission purposes, achievement test for certification purposes, and proficiency test for employment purposes.
Neelkanta's PUC exam was based on a given syllabus taught in the classrooms for 2 years. This was to measure what he had learned in 2 years of PUC course and certify that he had mastered the content to the extent indicated by the marks or grades scored by him. As per NTS framework, testing achievement includes testing mastery of content and its effect on the growth of individual personality and societal needs. Neelkanta did extremely well in PUC exams. He had the potential ability to take up engineering course. His joining the coaching center must have improved his capacity to learn. In common entrance test for admission to professional course, the candidate's aptitude is measured and accordingly they are given admission to various courses. TOEFL, IELTS, UPSC, Civil Service Exam, SSC exam are some of the proficiency tests administered to assess one's ability to perform in a given field. Neelkanta had done well in engineering. Now he is preparing for UPSC Civil Service examination to become an IAS officer. In this test, his proficiency in administration is evaluated before employing him. Evaluation is a long process. The first step is identifying and defining the object to be evaluated.
The object may be either physical or conceptual. Physical in the sense, for example, textbook is an object. I want to assess your proficiency. Then the proficiency becomes the object.
The second step is why the object is to be evaluated, stating the specific objectives.
An object that is taken up for evaluation cannot be evaluated unless and until it is defined.
In the third step, we shall analyze the object to identify the componential elements, dimensions that are measurable.
The object will have to be analyzed, defined in terms of its structural elements for quantitative analysis and measurement, and in terms of nature to fulfill the qualitative measurement. Contents will have to be derived for developing the questionnaire.
In the fourth step, we need to develop appropriate tools for measuring the components.
We have to adopt the techniques how we are going to make use of these questions or questionnaires for the purpose of collecting information.
In the fifth step, tools are to be calibrated to be used as a scale. In the next step, we shall measure the components of the objects using the appropriate technique and tools.
After administering the test, you are collecting the information and consolidating them. For consolidating this information, you are adopting a scale will have to be marked with some kind of quantities or scores.
In the seventh step, we have to collect and consolidate information, the measurements made. Then we have to carry out analysis and list the findings. In the final step, we shall interpret the findings and arrive at conclusions.
Obtain the numerical values that will pave a way for giving interpretation. That interpretation in the sense, if the merits are more, you will give a positive judgment. If the merits are less, you will give a negative judgment.
Dad. Mom.
Come.
Dad.
How are you, my dear son?
I'm fine, Dad.
What is this?
It's my appointment letter, Dad.
Oh, good. Paru, central government appointment order. Wow. Congratulations, my dear son.
Thank you,
Congratulations. Paru, our son has made us really proud. What do you say?
Definitely yes.
Activities of testing and evaluation, the CTE, creating basic reference materials in order to train scholars or teachers to create testing materials in their own discipline. In that aspect, we have developed more than 30 materials, especially in proficiency, almost in all the 22 languages we have created. And now we are preparing the material in the mail series to assess the mastery through language and literature, and also to assess personality through language and literature.
The National Testing Service India would like to make an appeal. In the name of evaluation, many things are happening, but they are not actually evaluation as per the evaluation concepts. The point we would like to convey through this documentary film is, please understand the concept of evaluation in a proper way so that the steps involved could be properly adopted, and as a result the evaluation will properly take place and the results of the evaluation would be properly utilized. That would help the improvement of the whole society.